Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, another Swiss 001 video, and welcome back on board a plane. We are right now flying a Cirrus plane, and today let's talk about a very interesting topic, I think, and that is doors of aircraft in general. Yeah, what happens if you take off without the doors being open, or what happens if you open the doors mid-flight? Well, that's a question I can answer very easily here. Well, we cannot open doors mid-flight. Oh, that's gone a little wrong. Never mind. Actually, you really can't. As you can see, we are moving at quite a fast speed here. 182 knots. That's around like 350 kilometers per hour very easily. And obviously, there's so much pressure on that door from all the air particles coming against the aircraft that there's just no way that you can actually open the aircraft doors. In order to actually have your doors open in flight, you will have to open them or perhaps even remove them before you take off, right? So let's just take off again with the doors open. And in order to get to the ground, we have to pull the parachute, of course, as we are in the Cirrus. Let's get the engine shut off. Okay, this is actually a new aircraft model of the Cirrus that I'm just testing out. This is actually one of the most realistic aircraft that you can get for the flight simulator as of now. And while we are flying down to Earth, it's time to beg for subscribers again. Did you know that over 60% of viewers are not subscribed to this channel? Are you one of them? Or perhaps do you even want to be one of them? And just another fun thing, I'm going to try to heart every comment on this video. So right away. Alright, welcome back to the ground here at Le Mole Airport. Very interesting airport indeed. Let's go ahead and open the windows. And actually, I have not acknowledged the red design here in the plane. Alright, there we go. Both doors are now open, and let's leave them open. Now what I would actually do now is cut these off so that the plane really is flying without doors, which in theory should work. We should be able to normally take off, maybe have a little bit of a lower speed on ourselves, obviously, because of the aerodynamic problems that come with having no doors, but in theory we should be able to fly. Okay, let's go ahead and fly. And what happens immediately is that the doors kind of come to a closing position, if that makes sense, when we push some engine power here. Here we go, but the doors are still open. Let's leave them open for the flight. Oh, they're closing more and more, and we are off in the air. We have liftoff, but the doors are still open to a certain degree. Now what I can immediately tell is that this takeoff took quite a while here in this very powerful Cirrus. We're not very much able to gain speed, which I mean makes sense. Let's do some magic with the doors. So let's go and pull up and totally stall out the plane. There we go, the doors open again because there's no, air particles coming against them that presses them to our plane, and that was a very bad idea, but we didn't crash. Now, something I almost forgot to mention was that a case like this isn't super unlikely to happen. It has happened before, like in 2009, there was a Cirrus SR-22 where a pilot literally forgot to close the door properly, and then he pulled the parachute and killed his aircraft, but did not kill himself, so that's good. And that, of course, has happened to some airliners as well. Here we go, we have an Air China 737 where the door's been left open during the flight. Well, obviously the door was not particularly open, but it was not locked, which is quite scary actually. So yeah, even though those planes are not particularly made to, fly with the door open, they can. See, there are actual planes here, like this experimental plane, that have doors that are designed to be able to open mid-flight. There we go. You can totally fly this kind of plane, even in an open state here. I mean, look at this jet legend here. Now, the perfect thing about this plane is that it's obviously slow enough as well in order for the door to open in mid-flight perfectly. There we go. That's just nice. But let's talk maybe bigger planes or something. Let's maybe try the PC-12. How about that? A very nice airplane. Let's see what happens if we open the door of that one in mid-flight. Alright, now we'll come aboard this PC-12, which is largely not working, but that's another story, of course. Yeah, no. Let's see if we can open the door mid-flight here as well in this model. Oh, of course we cannot open that mid-flight again because there's obviously air pressing against the airplane. But let's actually go and set off this plane to the ground real quick. When I say real quick, I mean real quick. Let's just get this plane down on this like football court or something. There we go. We have very safely landed here on this football court indeed. Let's go ahead and open the door. There we go. That's worked. Oh, well, the baggage door is open as well. Let's go ahead and fly. Let's see how that works. Oh, the door is pretty much immediately closed. That's weird. Alright, that's not gone very well, has it? Now, actually, in real life, I would have thought that the doors would be blown away, literally, and then the plane would be without doors, obviously. And in that kind of state, I think the plane would still be able to fly back to some kind of airport, no worries at all. Now, of course, there have been real emergencies of doors flying off airplanes, and it's mostly gone well. Here we go. We've got one from 2015 where the door of this Citation 560XL flew off, and we can actually have the ATC audio. There is unfortunately no video, and well, of course, the plane returned back to San Francisco airport without any issues. So that's nice. Yeah, indeed. Let's talk about jets flying without any well, doors. Let's go ahead and walk around the cabin, and I hope we're able to open the doors, right? We go just press this one. There we go. Doors open. Just like that. Let's just imagine that this one here, this texture in general, is not here. Even remove the back doors. Which, by the way, for flying the airplane, shouldn't be too much of an issue. Might get a little windy in the plane, I think. And, well, structurally, this plane would be limited as well. I wouldn't pull too many G's with this plane. It would maybe fall apart, actually. Because obviously the doors are very important for the structure of the plane. There we go. Now we are flying with the doors open, well, some of them at least, and let's just imagine this thing flies away immediately. Alright, now let's go ahead and fly, which shouldn't be an issue, actually. Alright, we are taking off, 100 knots, 110 knots, and we are off the ground, as you can see, quite fine here, with the doors open of the 737, which again, shouldn't be too much of an issue. I mean, just look at planes like skydiving planes. These planes are able to fly perfectly as well with the doors open, even though, as you can also tell here, power is severely limited. This plane is not particularly fast at climbing. Talking about climbing, see, when you're climbing at an altitude of like above 10,000, 15,000 feet, you're gonna run into some problems because obviously the cabin cannot be pressurized, which is like the only problem when you're flying with the doors open. Let's just imagine we are at 23,000 feet. There we go. And we immediately get an alert here, cabin altitude, which means that, well, obviously the cabin is not pressurized. We should normally actually now experience hypoxia, where everything gets black, or should black out literally, which is for some reason not happening. Let's see, why can't we black out? Maybe we are actually wearing a mask or something, because that's the only thing that will protect you from blacking out, of course. So, yeah, what can we say? Doors don't just fly off airplanes. Well, they can, but they just don't. And yes, you're not actually able to open aircraft doors mid-flight. The only thing you can do is open them before you fly. And as you can see, then, plane flies to a certain point. So, yeah, guys, thank you for watching today's video, and I'll see you tomorrow. As always, good night.